Marisa Wilson, and I'm a regret mom out here with Brother K today in Houston, protesting circumcision and promoting little boys' rights to bodily autonomy. I was speaking with one mom, and she said how her first two children were circumcised, and they're trying for a third child, and she felt the guilt, but at the same time she was afraid to let there be a difference and I guess come to terms with that. So she said likely she would be circumcising her third child so that the older two didn't feel different and I guess harbor ill feelings about the whole situation. And I talked to her, and in my best analogy told her that you have to compare it to something else that people look at as not being right. So basically, if you abuse your child in some manner, whether it be sexual or physical, and you do that to your first two kids, but you learn better ways and realize your wrongdoings, would you then abuse your third child so that the first two didn't feel as if the third was treated differently? Of course not. That wouldn't make any sense. But physical abuse and sexual abuse equals abuse. Circumcision is abuse. So you have to look at it the same way. You can't make decisions based off of your past just for the reasons of equality. You have to move forward, and when you know your wrongdoings, your decisions for the future determine who you are, essentially. Your choices you make off of the things that you learn. So I'm a regret mom. I regret wholeheartedly circumcising my son. But when he's old enough to understand, I will explain to him that it wasn't my choice to make. And I did. I did make the wrong choice. But I also plan to offer to help pay for restoration, should he choose that route. And I will never stop trying to spark a fire in others. Circumcision and leaving babies intact is something that needs to be addressed with everyone. It's a human right. So I can't force my beliefs upon someone else, but I will try to get through to them, and hopefully one day they will understand the consequences of their decisions and that it wasn't their choice to make. So
you told me that you were just talking to this mom who has the two sons, and she is pregnant now, or? She's
trying to get pregnant. By the end of the conversation, when I did discuss with her, you know, in a perspective of physical abuse with your children and put it to her that way, she kind of stopped communicating for a little while and then logged back on and actually said thank you. She said her feelings were, you know, she was devastated at what she had done. And she actually thanked me for taking the time to put it in a perspective like that. So by the end of it, she essentially was, you know, upset and in tears at what she had realized she had done to her two boys, and was expanded basically to say that her future kids would be intact, that she wouldn't make that decision. So
what was the key to her awareness?
Initially, we were trying to get her to join our protest because she's in some of our similar groups, and she said that she didn't agree with the tactics, that she would have trouble explaining to her kids if she drove by and saw people in the bloodstained men attire. But I kind of explained to her, you have to get through to people somehow, and not all tactics work the same with each individual. She was saying how she appreciated more of a gentler approach, but we also told her the gentler approach has been going on and on for years, and it doesn't get through to everyone. It slowly makes a change in some, and then others it doesn't. I explained to her that part of the tactic with the bloodstained men attire is to draw attention, to read the signs, to see the websites, to actually spark that thought in someone as they pass by and they draw their attention to the signs to say, you know, maybe I should look at that. Maybe I should go to the website and see what these people are here about. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense, and it's kind of crazy to me, but I want to know. So if that can change one person's mind out of the hundreds and hundreds we see in a day, then it's worth it. And I also explained to her, in addition to people standing out here in white with the bloodstained men attire, there's other people out here. There's regret moms. There's regret moms that
and
are
a lot of children too.
And children that are out here providing another approach, handing out pamphlets, whether you're in white or in your street clothes, handing out pamphlets and information to people, because the key is getting the information out there and helping others understand that circumcision is not normal. It's not how men were meant to, you know, be and function. You know, she kept using the term uncircumcised, and I explained to her to use that term is to imply circumcision is a normal thing, and it's not. You can't uncircumcise someone. You're intact, and circumcision is abnormal. It's not how you were meant to be. So, you know, you have to look at it like that. You know, we're out here promoting what should be normal in society, and because we happen to live in a country where it's not, because of money and greed, you know, and misinformation continually being spread, that's what drives me to do what I do. I am a regret mom, and I can't change that, but I can push forward to change other people's minds and hopefully save them from stepping into my shoes. So that's what pushes me to be here today and do what we do. So
if you send me a message, I will send you the links to two very, very important regret mom stories that I share a lot, and I will add them to this video when I post it on Facebook. It's Tessa Tewksbury's story, why I changed my mind after circumcising one son, and Our Muddy Boots founder Jennifer Anderson's story, moving through regret. I will put both those links in this video. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate everything you do. And, you know, hopefully we can save some boys today and every day. So.
We will, we are, and it's happening.